Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kay. I'm a professional home organizer and soprano here in the Boston area, and I'm here to inspire you to live a more organized life. So today I'm gonna give you my 5 biggest tips, my 5 top tips that I tell clients when I organize their pantries for them, when we organize our pantries together. I'm super excited to announce that this video is sponsored by Cricut. I am just over the moon when they approached me and was like, hey, you wanna make some labels? And I was like, of course I wanna make labels, of course. We'll go into the details of my Cricut projects and my Cricut machine a little later, but first we're gonna talk about my 5 biggest organizing takeaways when I've been helping people organize their pantries. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, let's go. Okay, my first biggest tip, if you guys have been watching my channel, you'll know about this, but I need you to do this, and that is establish zones in your pantry. Now, it can be any zones that work for you and your family. Like we have a canned zone, we have a baking zone, we have a pet zone, we have a sort of produce zone. Any way that you can divide up your pantry into categories that work for you are going to help you and your family a lot, because otherwise, it's just chaos. When I went to organize my mom's pantry, I'm so sorry, I don't want to throw my mom under the bus. When I went to organize my mom's pantry, I noticed that she had different categories of stuff sort of sprinkled everywhere, so that when you go and reach for like say a salad dressing mix, you don't know where to find it because you could have one on this shelf and one on the other shelf and one maybe in another cabinet. So make sure you keep all the things together and establish those zones, whatever works for you and your family. I know that I'm not a baker, so I don't keep the baking stuff within arm's length. That's only for Christmas and birthdays. Otherwise, I want to keep the cooking stuff, the stuff I use all the time, right there in my grabby zone. Is that it? Is that the technical term? Grabby zone. You heard it here first. My second tip is to decant dry goods if you can. And if you can, use stackable modular containers. I didn't really subscribe to this for a while, but after doing it, I love it. A lot of dry goods that I use all the time, particularly rice, flour, not cookie crumbs, but breadcrumbs, those kinds of things we're always using and always running out of. I find that when I use containers for these items instead of their original packaging, I can fit them in my pantry better. I can see everything I need to see, and I can dry bulk at the store. I don't have to waste packaging at the store. So the little step you can do to just save a tree every now and again, I feel is really good. The question that I get the most when I recommend decanting into containers is, how do you know the expiration date of the contents of the container? And the answer to this is that I use an erasable label and put it on the bottom of the container, or you can put it on the bottom of the lid, whatever you prefer, and you can write on it with Sharpie the expiration date, and whenever you run out of that thing and you get a new one and you pour it in and there's a new expiration date, you can erase it, and there you go, put a new expiration date, you're good to go. You're not gonna eat old flour. However, we go through these ingredients so quickly that I find myself just not putting these labels on all of our things, especially with the rice. We go through that fairly quickly. But if you are having things around for a while, you wanna implement that, that is how you use the expiration dates on the permanent containers there. And I will have the ones I use linked down below. I've been using this for a while. They're awesome. They even can go through the dishwasher without coming off. You just need to let them sit on your container for a little while, like 24 hours, and then it sort of seals on there. They're excellent, very good. The next thing you want to do to keep an organized pantry, if you can install these, are pullouts. Any opportunity to make a deep space accessible is where you want to install pullouts. If your space is more than 16 inches deep, that's pretty deep for a pantry. I don't know why cabinet makers and builders do this. With the deeper the shelf, the bigger the things technically you should be storing on there. And typically stuff in the pantry is smaller, like cans and bread and boxes of rice and pasta. So you're opening yourself up to lots of layers. But if you can install pullouts and make it a drawer situation, then you're able to see everything and able to get to everything in the back. I installed these really cool pull-out shelves from Link. They're chrome, they're shiny, they're amazing. I love them. They were super easy to install. I don't think I'm not that handy, but all I needed was a drill. It was kind of scary, but I did it. I will link a video up above where I actually did install those. But even if you don't live in a place where you can install the pullouts, you can still use a pull-out type thing. I actually used drawer units in my old apartment where I didn't want to install those pullouts, and they worked just fine. They were awesome. So in a rental situation, you can use a drawer unit, but if you live in a place where you can actually install things, pullouts are the best. The next thing you can do to organize your pantry and make sure everything is seen and found is to use labeling. Labels help. I'm a big fan of the label. I mean, I'm a professional organizer, of course. I'm a big fan of the label, but I love a label. A label it makes it so much easier for people to like put things back, to know where things are, especially if there's things that are confusing, like you got, say, baking soda in one container and then you got flour in another container, and you're like, which one is flour and which one is baking soda, you know, if you've decanted the baking soda and the flour. So you're going to need to either make labels, draw on the container if you can. You can actually draw on it with like water-based paint markers. That works great. Today we're going to do a little bit of labeling with the Cricut. I'm very excited. I'm going to show you some of my projects that I did with labels, but labels are essential for making sure that things are not only beautiful but are findable. Hello. And last but not least, my biggest tip for organizing a pantry and making sure things don't get lost in there is make sure nothing is hiding. This is especially challenging if your pantry is deep like mine. I think my pantry is 24 by 24 inside, and boy, is it easy to let things get lost. So the best thing I recommend is for people to make sure that they have maximum visibility on a lot of their stuff. Now, if it's like backup stuff, like let's say I like have an extra bag of rice that I just don't need right away, maybe it can get pushed towards the back, but just remember that it's there. It's really easy to lose stuff and to forget you have it if it's out of sight, kind of out of sight, out of mind. Some of the best ways to prevent things from getting lost are altering the heights of things. So the stocking shelf for cans works amazing. I love that thing. I've been using it for so long. Or to use actual stocking shelves in your pantry to sort of make two different heights so that you can separate one pile from the other. Try not to pile things on top of one another. It can get really crowded in there. And I've had this big pantry that I have behind me, and I've had a little pantry that was just a couple of cabinets in my old kitchen. So I feel like these tips work in most sized kitchens for most size pantries. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a kitchen with someone and they're like, oh, I didn't know I had that bottle of chicken stock. I would have used that yesterday, because they couldn't see it. So just make sure nothing hides. In a deep pantry, this is, okay, organizer tough love, here it comes. You may not be able to fit everything you may not be able to fill the entire space with things, okay? Like, I accept that there's a little bit of space in front of my can situation so that I can see what's going on. I find in a deep space like that, a deep shelf, you want to sort of have like two L's. What do I mean? Like this kind of shape of things stored in there so that you can actually see what's going on in the pantry. If you just pile the shelf up into the front, you are bound to lose things. So resist the urge to fill the entire space. I promise you it will be so much better if you can see everything rather than just filling it up arbitrarily with food. All right, speaking of labels, I promised I was gonna do a Cricut project with you, and I'm very excited. So first we're gonna do an unboxing of my Cricut Joy. I was very excited to receive it, so let's go to that now. All right, so today we're gonna unbox the new Cricut Joy. So this is a cutting machine, and it is really small. So the best thing about the fact that this is small is because I live in a small space. I don't have enough room to like keep all of the things I want. I have a small office and I have a small crafting station, and this is the perfect accessory for me. So Cricut did kindly send me this machine along with the adorable carrying case. Can you just? It's also this color combination, like I could not have asked for anything more perfect in my life. So let's go ahead and open this cutting machine and see what's inside. Oh goodness. Wow, the packaging is outstanding. So here is the machine. We'll pull this out and look how teeny tiny and cute it is. Okay, I'm small. My apartment is small and I love cute little baby things. So this is a cute little Cricut cutting machine. So that's, we'll open that. And also inside the box, my goodness, is, I'm assuming the, open me. Okay, well, we'll open that first. Open me. So, oh good. So it's a little, let's get started, little pack. And we've got some samples of some sheets and also a little mat to use, which is awesome. A Smart Grip mat. And this is the warranty and all that stuff. So we'll put that aside. And I am assuming the power cord and stuff is in here as well. Yep. Here is the big power brick along with the power cord and a pen. So everything you need to get started is in this box. I am super excited to be showing you my Cricut Joy today and telling you about this little cutting and writing machine that I've been using to make a ton of awesome labels all around my house. With this compact machine, you can make tons of custom labels and decals with just one cut and one color in 15 minutes or less. It's super easy to use and practical for small spaces like mine because y'all know I don't have a lot of storage space in my apartment, and this is perfect. It's the world's smallest cutting machine, so it packs away easily and perfectly so I can take it from room to room with no issues. I've done so many fun projects with this. This is my favorite, this little bamboo salt cellar. So it works on a variety of materials. It looks super snazzy with its new gold vinyl label, like one of those really expensive salt cellars you could buy, but I made it myself. Because the Cricut Joy is so easy to set up and use, it allows people like me to get going on projects pretty quickly. And I can use the Cricut design space from either my laptop, my phone, or my tablet. And that's really cool because y'all know I'm always in within arm's length of one of those things. I've been having so much fun making custom labels for my home. Y'all know I did my spice drawer. It was epic. It was a time, but I loved the way it turned out. Because Cricut Joy uses Cricut Smart materials, which are different from other papers and vinyl because you don't need a cutting mat to use them. So that is less to buy, which is great for a person like me. Less is more. Y'all know. For more information on Cricut Joy and how you can get started on your DIY journey, visit the description down below. Okay, we're gonna do a quick project with my Cricut Joy. I love this thing so much because first of all, it's adorable. It's adorable and it's great for a small space like mine because I don't have room to keep a lot of big things. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in and I'm gonna make a very similar label to the one that I have on this container. Now I know that a few of you, oh my gosh, the glare. I know a few of you have seen this container in my pantry before, and this is the sugar container. And for those of you who are nerds, nerd alert, you know that this is the chemical formula for sucrose. So I have kept that consistent, and I've had it go this way. I've actually kind of like when the labels are like that, like bookends. So I'm gonna be consistent with that for a couple of containers here. So I've got the baking soda, and I'm gonna put the chemical formula for baking soda and let my husband figure it out on that one. And I'll also do the brown sugar. Now I have written on here with paint marker, I don't know if you can see, but I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off with some warm water. Just gonna wipe this away with some warm water with a warm damp towel. This comes away really nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and open the Cricut Design Space here on my iPad. I actually forgot the chemical formula for baking soda. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, that's right, NaHCO3. Okay, that is simple enough. Okay, I wanna make sure my label is gonna fit here, so I wanna maybe have it to be about 4 inches tall, because it's gonna go that way. So we're gonna make this a little smaller. There. Let's see. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. Okay. So let's try and put in some of our Cricut Smart Vinyl. The great thing about the Smart vinyl and the Smart materials is that you don't need a mat, because normally you would put the material on this mat. It's a little sticky, but the Smart vinyl you can just put in the machine. So let's go ahead and make this. So we're going to press Make It, and we're going to make it without the mat because we're using a Cricut Smart material. And we're choosing Cut. We're going to continue. And we're going to choose the Joy. And now it's asking us to choose a material, so we're going to choose the Permanent Smart Vinyl. And now it's asking us to load the material, so we're going to load it in, give it a chance to realize it's there. There we go. Okay, it's all loaded and ready to go. Let's go ahead and press go, and let's make our label. All right, it's all done. So we will press unload and it will release our label. So now we've got a nice cut. I don't know if you can see, but it's cut out really nicely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just cut this off. This label looks really nice actually. And then we're just gonna peel this puppy off, because it's gonna peel the rest of the vinyl but leave the letters like magic. It's pretty cool. There we go. All right. I like to slap this on my jeans, you know. So you can see that there's there's some left in the holes in the letters. So we're gonna take our weeding tool and we're gonna get rid of those. So be careful where you put your weeding tool tip, because you will lose this. You will lose this if you're not careful. There we go. And we'll just grab this little guy off. Boom. Nice. All right. Cool beans. Looks like it's gonna fit, right? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm actually really excited about this. The next thing I'm gonna do is I want to take my transfer tape. This is gonna be the key to getting this to stick on there. I'm gonna cut a little bit of transfer tape off. The great thing about the transfer tape is you can use it a bunch of times. You just have to be careful to not let it get too much, hair and dust on it. Otherwise it's usable multiple times and you can get a lot of uses out of it. And I find that if you pull the paper away from the tape, the backing away from the tape, that's better because it will curl less. So I'll just pull the backing away from the tape. I do all my crafting on the floor because I'm crazy, but I just want to make sure I don't do it on the floor surface. So on this side of my transfer tape, I'm gonna stick it to the label. And you just want to smooth it out to make sure I don't have any bubbles in there. Beautiful. And then I'll grab my little smoothing tool. And I can really rub that in. There's a little bubble there. I will get you. I will get you. Let's go ahead and peel and see if our label is ready to adhere to the container. Oh yeah. Check it out. Here we go. We're doing a good transfer. All right. Super, super good. All right. All right. This is the last exciting step. So now we've got our label ready to transfer to the container. Just going to place the container here, So I'm going to be very careful. We try to be very careful here where I place it. Oh, this is going to look awesome. Science nerds unite, you know. Guys, how many of you guys really liked science in school? I, of course, was a big old science nerd. Did not end up doing it for a living, but still am fascinated with science. Love the study of the way that the world works. You know what I mean? I think it's cool. Okay, we're good. Here we go. This is the part that's really satisfying, so make sure you watch this. Boom, look at that. Let me just put this transfer tape over here because I'm going to use it again in a sec. And now we have this beautiful bookend label. How cool is that? How cool is that? Actually, we'll sit this way so you guys can read it. Isn't that cool? I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. So cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you are interested in getting your own Cricut machine, visit the description down below. There's more information for you there. I love my Cricut Joy. It is so much fun. I'm having, like, I want to label everything. Like, it's not even funny. I'm just like, I'm gonna label the dog. I'm gonna label everything with vinyl labels. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. I'm here for you, and Clover is here for you too. So I hope you guys are having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Where has the Clover gone? Oh, I see him. There he is. Did you have a tough walk? Was that tough? Are you tired? Would you like for me to leave you alone? Okay, I'll leave you alone. I'm sorry.